Welcome, everyone. We are live today from Coca-Cola Music Hall at Distrito T-Mobile in San Juan for the Fight Week public weigh-ins for Most Valuable Promotions. Amanda Serrano versus Reina Tellez. We're just one day away from Serrano versus Tellez, taking place tomorrow, Saturday, January 3rd at Coliseo Roberto Clemente here in San Juan. Serrano versus Tellez is promoted by MVP and will stream live globally on DAZN. This historic fight marks Serrano's long-awaited return to fight in Puerto Rico, and she will make her latest statement for equality in women's boxing by competing in 3-minute rounds, equal rules to the men, alongside Tellez. Tickets are on sale now at prticket.com. Good afternoon, everybody. Good evening. My name is Big Mo. Hola, damas y caballeros. Buenas noches. Y bienvenidos a San Juan. Bienvenidos a la semana de pelea. Y bienvenidos al retorno de Amanda Serrano. I have some very, very important guests joining me on stage that have made this event possible. Please welcome, as always, our beautiful MVP event models. Please welcome Marissa. Please welcome Rafa. And finally, please welcome Andrea. And now I would like to introduce the people that have made this event possible. First, please welcome the head of boxing for MVP, Mr. Mike Leonardi. Joining Mike on stage is the representative from the WBA. Please welcome Kina Malpartida. And now I'd like to also welcome the executive director of the Puerto Rican Boxing Commission. Please welcome Jose Miguel Perez. Also joining us in the venue tonight, seated, are the president of the WBO, Gustavo Olivieri, and the former WBO president, Paco Valcarcel. And now, without further ado, I would also like to welcome the CEO of Most Valuable Promotions. Please welcome Nakisa Badarian. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to the fights. They're all tomorrow night at Coliseo Roberto Clemente. We open our card first in the bantamweight division, scheduled for 4 3-minute rounds. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the red corner. Tomorrow night, he is making his professional debut from Des Moines, Iowa. Please welcome Justin Hill. Official weight for Justin Hill, 116.6 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night, also making his professional debut from Bayamon, Puerto Rico, the member of the Puerto Rican national team. Please welcome Caleb Tirado. Official weight for Caleb Tirado, 118 pounds even. And now for the final time, joined by Nakisa Badarian, these two debutants, Justin Hill and Caleb Tirado, face off. Opening contest in San Juan tomorrow night. 2 debuts, 4 3-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Justin Hill versus Caleb Tirado. And now we move on to our next contest, 6 3-minute rounds in the super featherweight division. Introducing first to the scales, he enters the ring tomorrow night with a professional record of 3 victories opposite 2 defeats, with one of those wins by knockout. From Sabana Grande, Puerto Rico, please welcome El Atlético, Janiel Ramos Cotto. Official weight for Janiel Cotto, 130.6 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night, he enters the ring undefeated as a professional. 2 fights, 2 victories, hailing from Caguas, Puerto Rico. Please welcome Yandiel Lozano. Official weight for Yandiel Lozano, 130 pounds even. And now for the final time before tomorrow night, Janiel Cotto and Yandiel Lozano face off. An all Puerto Rican matchup, Sabana Grande versus Caguas, Janiel Cotto, Yandiel Lozano. Moving right along, ladies and gentlemen, now to the bantamweight division. Scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds tomorrow night at Coliseo Roberto Clemente. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring tomorrow night with a professional record of 12 victories, opposite 9 defeats with 3 draws, with 5 of those wins by knockout. Hailing from Juana Diaz, Puerto Rico, Edwin Rodriguez. Official weight for Edwin Rodriguez, 117.4 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night, he enters the ring undefeated as a professional. 7 fights, 7 victories, one of them by way of knockout. Hailing from Naranjito, Puerto Rico, Abner Figueroa. Official weight for Abner Figueroa, 118.6 pounds. And now for the final time, joined by Nikisa Badarian, Edwin Rodriguez, and Abner Figueroa face off. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, it's Puerto Rico versus Puerto Rico. Juana Diaz versus Naranjito. Edwin Rodriguez versus Abner Figueroa. Now, ladies and gentlemen, we move along to the super featherweight division, and these women will be fighting 6 3-minute rounds in their fight for equality. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the red corner. She enters the ring with a professional record of 25 victories versus 23 defeats, with 16 of those wins by knockout. Hailing from Santo Domingo in the Dominican Republic, please welcome Liliana Martinez. Official weight for Liliana Martinez, 128.8 pounds. And now her opponent fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night. She enters the ring undefeated as a professional. 9 fights, 9 victories with 1 no contest, with 8 of those wins by knockout. Hailing from Carolina, Puerto Rico, please welcome Elise Soto. Official weight for Elise Soto, 127.2 pounds. And now for the final time before they face off tomorrow night in the ring, they face off now in Nikisa Badarian. Liliana Martinez versus Puerto Rico's own Elise Soto. Moving along to the middleweight division now, ladies and gentlemen, introducing first to the scales. Fighting out of the red corner tomorrow night, he's undefeated as a professional. 3 fights, 3 victories, 1 of them by way of knockout. Hailing from Lawrenceville, Georgia, USA, please welcome Augusto Leal. Official weight for Augusto Leal, 158.8 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night, he enters the ring undefeated as a professional. Perfect record, 6 fights, 6 victories, all 6 of those wins by knockout. Hailing from Ridgewood, New York, USA, please welcome MVP zone, Alexis Chop Chop Chaparro. Official weight for Chop Chop Chaparro, 159 pounds even. And now, before you see him in the ring tomorrow night, these two face off. It's Georgia, it's New York, it's all going down in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Undefeated versus undefeated. Augusto Leal versus Chop Chop, Alexis Chaparro. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the super bantamweight division. Tomorrow night, scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds. Introducing first to the scales. Fighting out of the red corner tomorrow night, he enters the ring with a professional record of 7 victories, opposite 3 defeats, with 5 of those 7 wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Sidra, Puerto Rico, please welcome Gabriel Bernardi.
Tienen que
Official weight for Gabriel Bernardi, 122.6 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night. He enters the ring with a professional record of 9 victories, opposite just 1 defeat, with 4 of those wins coming by way of knockout. And he is currently riding a 9-fight winning streak. Hailing from Aguada, Puerto Rico, please welcome the Punisher, Cruz Echevarria. Official weight for the Punisher, 122 pounds even. And now for the final time, before they enter the ring at Coliseo Roberto Clemente, these two face off. In all Puerto Rican affair, Sidra versus Aguada, Gabriel Bernardi versus the Punisher, Cruz Echevarria. Moving right along on our very super stacked prelim card, we now arrive at the super featherweight division, scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds tomorrow night here in San Juan. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring tomorrow night with a professional record of 14 victories, opposite 4 defeats, with 5 of those wins by knockout. Hailing from Brownsville, Texas, USA, ladies and gentlemen, Juan Johnny Blaze Tapia. Official weight for Johnny Blaze Tapia, 129.8 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night. He enters the ring undefeated as a professional. 20 fights, 20 victories, 10 of those wins by way of knockout. Hailing from Aguadilla, Puerto Rico, he is top 10 in 3 governing bodies. Ladies and gentlemen, he is Henry Mancho Lebron. Official weight for Henry Lebron, 129 pounds even. And now for the final time, with Nikisa Badarian in between them, these two face off. 8 3-minute rounds in the super featherweight division. It's Johnny Blaze versus Mancho. Juan Tapia versus Henry Lebron. And now these two will take a moment with Claudia Trejos.
Okay, well, you want to do this in English, right?
English, Spanish, don't matter.
Perfect. We'll do this bilingual. How about that? So tomorrow is a very big night for you. You're here in Puerto Rico. What is it exactly that you want to prove tomorrow night?
Primeramente quiero dar gracias a Dios por darme la oportunidad de hacer lo que me gusta hacer, es mi pasión, el boxeo. Segundamente quiero darle gracias a todo mi equipo por el buen trabajo que hicimos durante el campamento. Y lo que quiero yo comprobar es de que yo pertenezco en este nivel de boxeo, junto a gente como Henry Lebron, que yo sé que es un boxeador muy talentoso. Entonces yo también quiero comprobar que yo también merezco estar aquí.
You want me to translate for you? Because I know you speak English.
I can translate it. First of all, I want to say thank you to God for allowing me to do what I love, my passion in boxing, my team for the great job that we did throughout training camp. And I just want to prove to everybody that I belong at this level, at this stage, with a great fighter like Henry Lebron. I belong here, and that's what I want to prove.
Best of luck. Thank you very much. So, mucho gusto. Feliz año. Happy New Year. And you've come in a great momentum. What does it mean for you to have this fight here in Puerto Rico tomorrow? Vienes con un excelente momento. ¿Qué se siente y qué tan importante es para ti tener esta pelea aquí mañana en Puerto Rico?
Pues mira, muy contento, ¿verdad? Agradecido con todo el público que está aquí presente, boricua. Feliz nuevo año a todos. Mañana va a ser una gran noche, ¿verdad? Para Moncho Lebron. Agradecido con mi equipo de trabajo, con la empresa de MVP por darme esta oportunidad. En el 2026 habrá un nuevo campeón mundial y eso va a ser Moncho Lebron.
I'm very grateful for everybody here in Puerto Rico. It means a lot for me to be here. And of course, I want to thank the promotional company to give me this opportunity. In 2026 is going to have a new champion. What will be the key for you to take that victory tomorrow? ¿Cuál va a ser la clave para que te lleve la victoria mañana?
Nuestra inteligencia, ¿verdad? Vamos a ver lo que trae nuestro oponente en el día de mañana, pero la inteligencia se va a imponer en el ring y vamos a salir victoriosos.
Well, I have to be very smart because smart is what's going to get me to where I need to go, but I'm going to take the victory. Best of luck. Thank you very much. Buena suerte. Muchas gracias.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the featherweight division scheduled for 8 3-minute rounds tomorrow night here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring tomorrow night with a professional record of 10 victories, opposite 3 defeats and 1 draw, with 8 of those 10 wins coming by way of knockout. And he fights out of right here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Please welcome Alfredo El Saucero Cruz. Official weight for El Saucero, 126.6 pounds. And now his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night, undefeated as a professional. 13 fights, 13 victories, 7 by way of knockout, hailing from Salinas, Puerto Rico. Please welcome the member of the Puerto Rican national team, MVP's own, number 7 in the WBA, number 12 in the WBO. Please welcome Chaparro Rivera. Official weight for Chaparro Rivera, 126 pounds even. And now for the final time, San Juan versus Salinas, Alfredo Cruz and Chaparro Rivera face off. 8 3-minute rounds in the featherweight division. Tomorrow night, Coliseo Roberto Clemente, Alfredo Cruz versus the undefeated Chaparro Rivera. And now these two will take a moment with Claudia Trejos.
Why are you in such a rush? ¿Por qué tanta prisa? Feliz año, Happy New Year.
Igual, gracias.
What does it mean for you to fight somebody like Chaparro Rivera? ¿Qué significa para ti pelear a alguien como Chaparro Rivera?
Primeramente, gracias a Dios y a toda mi familia por venir y apoyarme. Para mí es una gran oportunidad pelear con Chaparro Rivera aquí en Puerto Rico. Estoy preparado para los grandes retos, entrené duro para esta oportunidad y a Dios y a mi familia para la victoria.
I want to thank everybody, my family, for supporting me, and I'm very excited to face somebody like John Paul. I'm ready for the big challenges, and I trained really hard for this opportunity. And of course, this is what I'm here, and I'm thanking God and my family for the support. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Esperamos verte mañana. Muchas gracias.
Gracias.
We go way back. Nos hemos visto ya varias veces. Feliz año, Happy New Year. So, let's go back a little bit. Vamos a regresar un poco. ¿Qué aprendiste de tu última pelea? What did you learn from your last fight?
Mira, primero que nada, gracias a todos por darse cita hoy. Gracias a Puerto Rico. Primeramente dando gracias a Dios por la otra oportunidad que nos brinda. Y nada, aprendimos mucho. Siempre aprendemos de cada pelea. Y mañana van a ver.
First of all, I want to thank God for this opportunity, and of course, thank Puerto Rico for all the support. And of course, I learned a lot, and tomorrow you'll see. With that being said, what kind of statement do you need to make tomorrow? ¿Qué clase de exclamación tienes que hacer mañana? ¿Qué clase de testamento tienes que dejar a tu carrera mañana?
Mira, yo no soy de hablar mucho. Mañana venimos a trabajar. Venimos a trabajar y eso es lo que vamos a hacer.
I'm not about talking too much. I'm here to work, and tomorrow I'll do my work. Felicidades, and I'll see you tomorrow. Te vemos mañana. Muchas gracias.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to the flyweight division. And this next matchup is the main event of our prelim card. And as a reminder, you can watch the prelim card on MVP's YouTube and on DAZN. This contest is for the vacant WBA Interim Flyweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. He enters the ring tomorrow night with a professional record of 28 victories versus just 4 defeats and 1 draw, with 14 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Caguas, Puerto Rico, introducing the former WBO light flyweight champion of the world, Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez. Official weight for Jonathan Gonzalez, 112 pounds even. And now his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night. He enters the ring undefeated as a professional, 7 victories, opposite no defeats, and 1 draw, with 3 of those wins by way of knockout. Hailing from Toa Alto, Puerto Rico, introducing the 2020 Olympian, the 5-time Puerto Rican national champion, the #1 ranked in the WBA, and MVP's own, Yanquiel El Doctorcito Rivera. Official weight for El Doctorcito, 111.4 pounds. And now for the final time before they enter the ring for the world title tomorrow night, these two face off. It's Puerto Rico versus Puerto Rico in Puerto Rico for the world title. Jonathan Gonzalez, Yanquiel Rivera, live on DAZN. And now a moment with these two, with Claudia Trejos.
Boba, where are you going? I'm not as scary as I look. You're such an experienced fighter. What were you telling somebody as young and as green as Yanquiel?
My brother's scared. You're scared, my bro. Tomorrow, I'm gonna show the world that I'm still here. That doesn't matter if you're Olympian. You don't jump stages.
Let's talk real quick. He's young. He's hungry. He's fast. With your experience, what do you need to do to neutralize that?
He's not fast. He doesn't have a plan. He doesn't know what to do when he's in a fight. He goes only one plan. If he doesn't do nothing more, it's gonna happen what happened to the last fight. He lost.
You have been in the biggest stages. You've already been a world champ. What keeps your spirit alive and your flame just shining?
I want to become a two-time world champion. That's my goal. And tomorrow night, I'm going to show the world why I was the ex-world champion.
We look forward to it. Thank you, Bomba. John Kidd. Ben. We're going to do this real quick. Vamos a hacer esto rápido. You're facing a world champion, but you're young and hungry. What is it going to take for you to take that win mañana? Estás enfrentando a un campeón mundial y eres joven. ¿Qué tienes que hacer para llevarte la victoria mañana?
Yo creo que el trabajo que hemos realizado en el gimnasio, obviamente ir bien inteligente contra Bomba, ya que es bastante veterano, que tiene bastante experiencia. Ir inteligente, hacer el trabajo que se hizo en el gimnasio, como dije, y nos vamos a llevar a esa victoria.
I have to do based on my work. He's very smart, of course. He's a world champion. I know Bomba very well, but I know I have to take the win tomorrow, and it's going to be using my smarts. Vas a ser inteligente. Y con eso dicho, with that being said, what do you need to do perfectly tomorrow? ¿Qué tienes que hacer perfectamente mañana?
Como mencioné, el trabajo que realizamos en el gimnasio, hicimos un plan de trabajo, plan A, plan B. Todo, ¿verdad? Va a depender lo que traiga mi oponente, que es Bomba González. Pero como dije, es bien importante la inteligencia, ya que él es un peleador experimentado y sé que va a venir con sus mañas y sus trucos, pues nosotros no caer en el juego de él para llevarnos esa victoria.
Well, like I said before, it's the work in the gym that I've done, and I'm going to have plan A and plan B. And of course, use my intelligence, use my smart, because I am facing a veteran in Jonathan Bomba Gonzalez, but I am going to do what I need to do to take that win. We look forward to seeing you. Thank you very much. Feliz año. Happy New Year.
What an incredible prelim card, ladies and gentlemen. Again, that's just the prelim card. We are now arriving at the main card tomorrow night here in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and live around the world on DAZN. We open first with 8 2-minute rounds in the bantamweight division. Introducing first to the scales, fighting out of the red corner. She holds a professional record of 3 victories, opposite 2 defeats and 1 draw, with one of those wins coming by way of knockout. Fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas, USA. Please welcome the Golden Gloves national champion, Alexis Areza. Official weight for Alexis Areza, 116.6 pounds. And now her opponent fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night. She enters the ring with a professional record of 9 victories, opposite 2 defeats, with 4 of those wins by knockout. Hailing from Leeds, England, by way of New South Wales, Australia, making her highly anticipated MVP debut. Please welcome the former WBA Bantamweight Champion of the World, Ebony, the Blood Bomber Bridges. Official weight for Ebony Bridges, 117.8 pounds. And now for the final time before you see them in the ring tomorrow night here in Puerto Rico, Alexis Areza and Ebony Bridges face off. The first fight on our main card tomorrow night, live around the world on DAZN. Alexis Areza versus the MVP debut of the Blonde Bomber, the former world champion, Ebony Bridges. And now these two will take a moment with Claudia Trejos.
Well, Ebony, where you go? No, we're good. How does it feel to be back? This is your debut with MVP after 2 years. A lot has happened. You had a baby, and now you're making a big splash right here in Puerto Rico. How does that feel?
Oh, amazing. Honestly, I couldn't think of a better promotion to make my comeback with and to debut with these guys. And Puerto Rico, I love you guys. Thank you so much. You're going to love me fighting. I'm just what you're into, so I'm pumped, honestly.
And you're obviously in a very important card because, you know, Amanda Serrano, Holly Holm, we're talking heavy hitters. What does it mean for you to be here and be in this card?
Amazing. I think I fit right in. I'm not called the Blonde Bomber for nothing. So I'm a heavy hitter today as well. And I'm hoping tomorrow is going to be great. And I'm just like stoked to be on Amanda Serrano's on the card. You know, she's one of the best. She's one of the, you know, the best in the scene. And to be here on this island with this crowd, amazing.
What do you need to do perfectly tomorrow against Areza?
I just need to beat me, the blonde fucking bomber.
Got that. Thank you so much. Best of luck.
We stay in the bantamweight division, ladies and gentlemen. This next matchup is scheduled for 6 3-minute rounds in the fight for equality, fighting men's rules. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner. She enters the ring with a professional record of 7 victories, opposite 3 defeats, with 2 of those wins by knockout. Hailing and fighting out of Toronto, Canada, please welcome Tanya Tank Walters. Official weight for Tank Walters, 117 pounds even. And now her opponent, fighting out of the blue corner tomorrow night. She enters the ring with a near-perfect record of 7 victories, opposite just 1 defeat, with 2 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from Carolina, Puerto Rico, she was MVP's first Puerto Rican signee. She's top 10 ranked in 3 different governing bodies. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Cristal Rosado. Official weight for Cristal Rosado, 117.4 pounds. And now for the final time before you see these women on DAZN inside the ring, these two face off. Bantamweight division, 6 3-minute rounds. I say again, 6 3-minute rounds. Toronto, Canada versus Carolina, Puerto Rico. Tanya Walters versus Cristal Rosado. And now Cristal Rosado will take a moment with Claudia Trejos.
No te me vayas. Don't go anywhere. Tranquila. Tú y yo, we do it all the time like this. For this training camp, what did you focus on? Para este campamento, ¿en qué te enfocaste?
Pues mira, yo me considero una boxeadora completa, así que me enfoqué, hice todo un poco. Cambié de mentalidad, como todos saben, vengo de una derrota, así que mañana es el día de demostrar nuevamente quién es Cristal Rosado.
Well, I consider myself a complete fighter, so I did a little bit of everything, but what I did change was my mentality. As you all know, I'm coming back from a defeat, but I'm definitely going to be ready for this fight. And with that being said, what did you learn about yourself in that defeat? ¿Qué aprendiste de ti misma después de esta derrota?
Pues de la gente, ¿qué te puedo decir? Uno a veces contaba con unas personas que demostraron quiénes son, quién es quién en esa derrota, y lo que aprendí de mí es que puedo dar más de lo que yo a veces pienso o veo. Otras personas me lo han dicho, así que vengo con toda la mentalidad del mundo, vengo preparada y voy bien confiada en mí y en el trabajo que se está realizando.
I learned that about people, that after the defeat, the people that I expected to be there were not there. What I learned about me is that there's a lot more of me that I can give. So I am very well prepared and I'm ready for this, and I'm going to give a great show tonight. Muchas gracias, felicidades.
Gracias.
See you tomorrow. Best of luck.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we move to our co-main event tomorrow night here in Puerto Rico. 10 3-minute rounds for the WBA Lightweight Championship of the World. Introducing first, the challenger, fighting out of the red corner. She is simply put the most dominant two-sport athlete of all time. She is looking to become the first Hall of Famer to come back and win a world title. She is the former UFC Bantamweight Champion of the world. She is the former 14-time Boxing World Champion. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Holly, the Preacher's Daughter, Holm. Official weight for Holly Holm, 134.8 pounds. And now her opponent, the defending world champion. She enters the ring tomorrow night undefeated as a professional. 11 fights, 11 victories, opposite no defeats, with 3 of those wins by knockout. Hailing from El Paso, Texas, she's making her second title defense with MVP. She's a mother, a police officer, a beauty pageant contestant. But tomorrow night, she is the reigning, the defending WBA Lightweight Champion of the World. Ladies and gentlemen, Stephanie Han. Official weight for the undefeated defending world champion Stephanie Han, 134.8 pounds. And now, ladies and gentlemen, joined by Nikisa Badarian on stage, your co-main event for the final time before tomorrow night. These two face off. What an incredible co-main event, ladies and gentlemen. The legend Holly Holm versus the undefeated world champion Stephanie Han. Live tomorrow night here in Puerto Rico and live around the world on DAZN. And now these two will take a moment with Claudia Trejos.
Combat Sports royalty right here. You're coming back, looking for this title. First time in 12 years, and in a fourth weight division. What motivates you and drives you to a moment like this?
This is the first time that I'm fighting for a title in boxing in 12 years, but I've been fighting for titles, and I've been fighting the best in the world this entire time. And when it's time to go, it's time to go, and I'm just ready to take that strap tomorrow night.
What kind of statement do you want to leave tomorrow here in Puerto Rico?
The statement I want to leave is I'm the best that's ever been.
In history, very few fighters are inducted in the Hall of Fame, come to the ring looking for a title. How important is this moment for you and take that title and perhaps be the first one in history?
My goal is to always do something that hasn't been done before. That was my goal when I went into MMA, to be a multi-sport champion. And here's just the next thing for me. This is another thing that hasn't been done, and I'm going to do it tomorrow night.
Writing your own chapter. Thank you very much. Best of luck and Happy New Year. Stephanie. Well, there you have it. She wants to make history. You're defending your title against a legend. How do you take on that challenge?
I've been training so hard for this fight. I've sacrificed so much for this fight. I train to win, and there's no way I'm losing. My family's here. My children are here. My 2 kids. My son is 10. My daughter, Josie, she's 8 years old. She's special needs. So I have a lot to fight for. I'm also a full-time police officer. So I want to prove as a mother, as a police officer, I could do it, and I could stay champion.
It's a long list of roles that you play, but what actually gives you the edge to take that win tomorrow?
Again, I'm going to give 100%. I have all my heart into this, all my sacrifice into this, so I come to win.
I just asked Holly what statement she wants to make tomorrow. You tell me, what statement do you want to leave here tomorrow in Puerto Rico?
I want to leave as Stephanie Han, the enforcer, and still WBA World Champion.
Thank you very much. Best of luck.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we arrive at our main event. The 2 women headlining the bill here in San Juan, Puerto Rico. Tomorrow night at the Coliseo Roberto Clemente and around the world on DAZN. 10 3-minute rounds. Again, 10 3-minute rounds. And it is for the WBA and the WBO Unified Featherweight Championships of the world. Introducing first, the challenger. Fighting out of the red corner tomorrow night. She enters the ring with as good of a record as you can have. Undefeated as a professional. 13 victories, opposite no defeats with 1 draw, with 5 of those wins coming by way of knockout. Hailing from San Antonio, Texas, by way of Vero Beach, Florida. She is the former member of Team USA. She is the rising and undefeated contender. Ladies and gentlemen, Reina Tellez. Official weight for the challenger, Reina Tellez, 126.6 pounds. And now her opponent, the defending world champion. She enters the ring tomorrow night with a professional record of 47 victories versus just 4 defeats and 1 draw, with 31 of those wins by way of knockout. Hailing from Brooklyn, New York, by way of Carolina, Puerto Rico. She is one of the most decorated female fighters of all time. She is the 7-division world champion. She is Puerto Rico's first undisputed world champion. Damas y caballeros, el retorno de la reina, Amanda, the real deal. Amanda Serrano. Official weight for the defending Unified World Champion Amanda Serrano, 125.6 pounds. And now, for the final time, before they enter the ring here in San Juan, Puerto Rico tomorrow night, and around the world on DAZN, these two face off. 10 3-minute rounds for the Unified Featherweight Championship of the World. Reina Tellez versus Puerto Rico's own Amanda Serrano. And now we hear from our main eventers with Claudia Trejos.
Reina, welcome to Puerto Rico. How does it feel? What did you read from her body language right now?
She's confident, she's excited, you know, every fight she comes to fight, so that just makes me more motivated and more excited for the fight to come.
Again, boxing royalty, and you come to her hometown. How do you handle that challenge?
You know, I'm confident and I believe in my ability, you know, I believe in my team. I have a great support system, so, you know, they keep me where I'm supposed to be.
We always talk about that rivalry between Mexico and Puerto Rico. Obviously, you're representing a very important part of boxing history. How would you like Puerto Rico to remember you?
You know, I think I deserve my respect, but not only do I want to be a part of this great, you know, platform and this great fight with the one and only Amanda Serrano, but I want you guys to give me that respect and support me along my journey, knowing that I'm only 22 years old.
We look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Thank you very much. Best of luck. La Reina, the queen herself. Preciosa. If looks could kill, that was some serious stare down right there. But you're just laughing. What did you read? What did you see in her?
Listen, I'm super excited to be back again to fight in my beautiful island against a young, hungry, undefeated fighter. She's going to come to fight. She's going to come to win. But we're here in Puerto Rico. I train hard. I feel good. I feel I'm back at my weight at featherweight where I'm the champion. Those are my babies, and those babies are staying here in Puerto Rico.
You know, Puerto Ricans are known for supporting their fighters in the highs and the lows. And you just mentioned how important this is. But to be here, and look at this, the whole crowd has been here with you all week long. And of course, we expect at Roberto Clemente packed house. How important is it for you to bring back your style, your skills to your people?
Listen, it never left. It's me. I have Boricua sangre in me, and I'm going to show there. And I couldn't ask for a better opponent like Reina. She's going to come, and she's going to bring the show. We're going to bring on a show. We have a jam-packed fight with amazing fights, which I'm super excited to watch. But you guys are going to enjoy yourselves tomorrow night.
Amanda, you've been in this platform before in the biggest scenarios in boxing. Why is it so important for you to get back in the ring?
Oh my God, I love fighting. That's one thing I love to do. And yeah, it's amazing to bring an amazing card with me. All these women on the card fighting for 10-3s and the men fighting. So I'm just excited. It's very, very important for me to show my beautiful island, great fights, and show that we have amazing talent here in Puerto Rico.
Amen to that. You love fighting, and we love watching you fight. You leave everything on the ring. Thank you so much.
Tune in tomorrow night. You're going to see another good one.
Live on the zone.
Amanda Serrano! Ladies and gentlemen, no one does a weigh-in like MVP. I'd like to say thank you to our sponsors once again, Celsius, FanDuel, Event Ticket Center, Puerto Rico Tourism, and the municipality of San Juan. There are tickets remaining at prtickets.com. If you can't join us at Coliseo Roberto Clemente tomorrow night, you can watch it live on DAZN. Feliz Año Nuevo. Good night, and we will see you tomorrow.